So if you want to spend, say south of $400 on a watch, I think the first choice should be Seiko. And the Seiko 5 is a wonderful watch, and they begin around $100, and they're mechanical and completely in-house. Around that range, you can also find some Hamiltons. You can find some vintage Hamiltons. I think an interesting choice would be a vintage Timex. So Timex used to be based in Connecticut here, Waterbury. And they, for a long time, made their own movements here in the US. And so you hear often now Shinola and a lot of brands extolling kind of the benefits of being American-made. Those movements are not, in fact, made in America. These Timex movements from the 70s, 80s, and even before were, in fact, American-made. And they stopped making mechanical movements in the US in the 80s, in the early 80s. But they still exist. And I remember I bought a vintage Timex mechanical watch early on for, I think, $75. And now they're probably a few hundred, but still very affordable. And anything that is Seiko-based, under a few $100 is really nice. Swiss Army with an ETA movement, Hamilton with an ETA movement, Longines, and again, vintage Omega, vintage Universal Genève can be had in the hundreds for sure.